with archers are fantastic. Vikings, those two are going to be crazy good. But then if you want to go for the crazy land boom with knights, you have Persians, you have Khmer, you have Slavs. Yeah, this is, let's put it this way. No player is going to have a shortage of good options throughout the series.
Yeah, absolutely. Like best of fives, we obviously have enough strong civilizations there for sure. And we would hope that they will jump into the game any second. So try to up and here's Redbull Wololo, round of 16, day number 1 starting shortly.
Okay, so let's talk Arabia here, because with home maps you have to think ahead with your civilizations. I look at the civ like Aztecs for ACCM.
Let's jump into the game, Tristan.
Oh, all right, let's jump into the game.
That's what I tried to say. And yeah, like I obviously know the civilizations. I'm assuming we might see some metal civilizations. They could be really good here. What do you think, Tristan?
Well, Nilly, you got it. Here we go. Starting off, game number 1, we have Daut in the red. Daut is playing as the Incas. And then in the yellow down the south, we have Mayans. Yeah, I was wondering where the... used here. So ACCM starting it off. Redbull Wololo, game number 1, day number 1. ACCM building that fast range. No surprise. And the North Daut doing the same exact thing with Incas.
Yeah, so obviously, guys, for some people that might be confused and didn't see our intro, we are starting with 27 villagers. You already have a lot of buildings to be seen here. We are using the beautiful capture edge overlay. Lots of love for that as well. And yeah, action will start very, very shortly. Something that might confuse you. Where's the years, Tristan? Don't see the overlay I want to introduce.
The what on the overlay? Sorry, the years?
The years.
Nilly's going to introduce it. Chat just needs to use their imagination.
Okay.
So we'll use our imagination for game 1. It'll be there for game 2.
Okay, sweet stuff. So we will play a 58-minute game after we reach 58 minutes and 16 seconds. Whoever has the highest score wins this game. And yeah, so far, people are grouping up, and we see some mind games already. Double archer range for our Mayan player, who will obviously go for archers, and Daut goes for the perfect counter with skirmishes.
Yeah, so this is fascinating to me. At first thought, you might think, well, Daut's going to counter the archers. This is great. But then, if Daut has only skirms, ACCM has the ability to make some eagles against that. I think Mayans, I've seen more frequently in the qualifiers, Mayans have an eco bonus, whereas Incas do not. So I favor Mayans here. Daut starting off with eagles. He's also starting off with skirms. And now ACCM finds out the hard way that there's skirmishers on the map already.
Oh yeah, he didn't see those at all. And one archer down already will lose a lot of HP. And Daut, that is a beautiful engagement for him to begin with. He even instantly went for +1 attack, +1 defense.
Yeah.
ACCM needs to wall the bottom there.
Okay. Now, what's interesting about Empire Wars is that you do not start with standard scouts. You start with 2 camels. You'll see the players scouting with these throughout the day, throughout the whole tournament, actually, because it's like that on every map. And then the other interesting thing is ACCM goes for a counter on Daut's gold. This could be a bit dangerous if the archers stay alive here. But since you start in Feudal Age, you can't think too much about what might be coming your way, Nilly. It's not like another game mode. You're like, oh, I'm up against Incas. They might Vil Rush me. You have to react immediately. You don't have all of Dark Age. So I find it interesting how fast-paced this is. Exactly what Redbull would have wanted for game 1.
Absolutely. And you kind of need to make your full game plan in the loading screen, right? You see, okay, Incas against Mayans. There's still so many civilizations left, so you can't really make up your mind there. And then come up with great strategies. So far, I like both options. Yeah,
I mean, both of them make sense. I think Daut's is a little bit more... I guess you could say risky and almost micro-dependent because these skirmishers can be incredibly vulnerable, but Daut has done really well. He did lose a villager at home, but he's also idled ACCM's economy here, and I'm looking at Daut's resources. Daut has way more food in the bank. He might be looking for a faster castle age. Look at this micro from Daut. Like, how on earth, when your opponent has a barracks right there to create eagles, has he been able to do so much damage early?
Well, he had some eagle production himself, and you said it, like, Skirm's still vulnerable, but Daut did at them, and something I wanted to say, Tristan, why is he not going for the defense upgrade? And then you gave me the answer. He is already flirting with the castle age.
Yeah, so 730 food, Daut will be clicking up. Now, Nilly, from here, you have to make a decision. Do you add a second archer range and continue with skirms? Again, they can be vulnerable. Or do you add a second and a third barracks and go into eagles? ACCM, he's going to stone. So, this is not something I expected after committing to 2 archer ranges. He might actually be thinking even further into the archer line, into plumed archers eventually.
And what is that of a beautiful unit? You're so mobile, you have more armor as well. And since you lost so many archers, it's not like you need to go that archer line, right? And to give you the answer of Daut, he is actually adding a second archer range, quite to my surprise.
Yeah, I kind of expected eagles, but he does have a lot of skirmishers. Could always switch into some crossbows as well. Both these civilizations very similar. What bothers me about ACCM is he's already going to be later to Castle Age, and he's committed to 2 ranges. So why now go to stone and for an eventual castle? I feel like it's going to take some time and give Daut an awful lot of momentum.
You know, that reminds me of Hidden Cup, game number 1, ACM against Viper, when he played skirm defense with Persians against exactly ACM as well.
Yeah.
And he went for plumed archers as well. And Viper, he went for the big eco approach, skirm defense, and took the big lead.
Wow. So you're saying that Viper copied Daut's Red Bull strategy in Hidden Cup?
Month ago, indeed. That's the way how it works.
Yeah.
And yeah, but you see how great minds think alike, right?
Yeah.
And how little Daut is walling as well. He only starts to get it now, and he might catch that army off guard, kind of in the open field.
Yeah, Daut doesn't really seem to care how vulnerable skirmishers might be. To be fair, ACCM has not invested into any upgrades on those eagles, so they're really not doing much. ACCM will eventually get a castle up. He will not have enough stone to build a castle when he arrives in Castle Age, which will be in a moment. Daut has 26 military, he's untouched at home, and there's a ton of wood lines that can be ranged by these skirms.
Oh man, and well, ACM needs to pull the villagers. Obviously, skirms not with the biggest damage output ever. ACM even that scared. He has double palisade and even puts another stone wall behind this.
Oh man.
He does not want to take any damage.
I feel like ACCM, if you build a stone wall behind double palisade against skirmishers, you're not feeling too confident. You might be a little bit nervous going into game 1 against Daut, because that is a lot of precaution.
Well, maybe fields in the long game, Mayans might be better. And honestly, if we get to math plumed archers, Incas don't have the craziest option. Yeah, you can go for courier, eagle warriors, but I still like Mayans if we get to like the super late game composition.
Yeah, it's a good point. Now, with that in mind, I think Daut needs to take leads while he can. He's ranged 2 woodlines already. He hasn't killed anything, but it's forcing idle time. All that matters. And then Daut at home will probably be booming. He is a boomer after all, but ACCM with the counterattack. Oh man, I didn't see that coming, Nilly.
Oh, and neither did Daut. Did wall to the right-hand side, no army at the left-hand side, and he's only building slingers, which aren't that great against crossbows. He was expecting more eagles from ACCM.
Yeah, the micro could have been better there from ACCM. I thought he would have killed more than that. He just killed 1 villager. And Daut's slingers, which are not a counter to crossbows, will take care of the crossbow, so it's not as bad as it could have been for Daut. Skirmishers in the back of ACCM's base. They're getting cleaned up by these eagles. Will take some time. And then we have the plumed archers coming from the castle in the front, Nilly.
But what can they do? Because Daut now, I think, should be fine with the defense. The GC will go up. How are villager counts looking here? 49 to 51? I would call that pretty much even.
Yeah, I think it's pretty much even, but the second TC is just now coming for ACCM, and Daut is just finished his 3rd. So I think Daut will probably have an 8 to 10 villager lead over the next couple minutes. This is why the plumed archer thing, now if you keep the plumes alive, their mobility throughout the game can be dangerous, but I feel like if Daut counters your crossbows, and then you just commit to plumes, which is another archer, this isn't making a whole lot of sense to me. But how beautiful are these slingers, Nil? You so rarely see these things. I'm loving this.
Yeah, that's the truth. But because maybe Daut felt, okay, I have so many skirms, he needs to go on to Eagles.
Yeah.
That's why my slingers are so much better. And if we think about like how Mr. Job, for example, would approach this, I think he would have walled up and just wait till he gets Eagles out.
Yeah, I agree. Well, maybe ACCM is just playing into his comfort zone here. He loves his plumes. Now, what he can use is the mobility. He sees Daut's army. The crossbows might be seen as throwaway units. He'll try and get value, and then that's it for them. And he's sending plumed archers to the right-hand side of Daut's base, so that it is an area where Daut is somewhat vulnerable, but he has some walls up nearly. He's on stone, so he seems pretty well prepared.
Yeah, you called the crossbow throwaway units, but actually sniping those slingers is really, really important because that opens himself up to potential eagle switch later on. Let's take a look. Now Mangle on the hill. Daut, not with the greatest formation, now moves in. That could be big Tristan.
Oh, and it's Daut too. Daut, will he notice this? Oh, man. Is this Daut or Viper? Did you see that split?
We need some webcams here.
Wow, that was
surprising to me.
Nah, I mean, he noticed immediately, and he also noticed that the plumed archers were on the back of the wood line. And so Daut, oh my goodness, the TC with ballistics, look at those kills. Oh man, and now the skirmishers.
Well.
Oh, such a throw from ACCM. And Daut does have a 8 to 10 villager lead now.
Oh yeah, now builds the Siege Workshop himself, some pressure of ACM, but the woodline kind of protects his gold there, right? The hill kind of on the other side in ACM. If he goes to that left-hand side, reinforcement will be tricky for him. Yeah,
I'm looking all around here. You know, Daut hasn't been able to get any counter damage into ACCM's base in a while, so Daut has been just defending. Here he has to micro again. This is where having the slingers is really important, Nilly, to take out those eagles.
Dodging those Mangonel shots as well. He didn't take a single Mangonel shot yet. That's so beautiful by Daut.
Yeah, it lost a little bit of HP, but it's not a huge deal. Slingers are unique to the Incas. They're like having gunpowder or hand cannons in the castle age. It's counter to infantry. I see his Magnal and plumed archers now on the left side for ACCM. Good thing for ACCM. His food and gold count's looking good, and I believe he's building his second castle right now. So Mayans can be really dangerous if they get imp faster in this situation. So
but didn't he have enough map control, Tristan? Sorry for interrupting you, but it's like, don't you think with the Mangon at the front, the castle could have been more aggressive? I know you want to have it for production, but he should know he's behind in villagers. I think I would have loved to see some more risk there.
Well, I think we've seen it quite a few times from Daut, right? I think a forward castle might be too risky because Daut is defending quite well. What I would have liked is a better late game castle, Nilly. The right side, that 4-tile gold next to the cactus. Build the castle on that hill, protects your wood line, protects the gold, whereas this castle, it just protects the same exact area you're already protected with, so... Or protected by it. Daut has an opportunity to get a big attack ground, and he does it! Oh, what a play! The plumed archers, just archers in general, has done diddly. Has done nothing for ACCM. Why see counters to archers and then make more archers? That's still, I just can't get over that.
Maybe it's the mind games. Okay, I'm going for eagles most likely, then he goes for slingers, then I go for archers.
Yeah, maybe.
The move arounds are real. ACM score looks pretty bad, but he's on the way to Imperial 8.
Wow.
And just mass those plumes, and he should win the trap war there. Daut building a castle that I think he can't protect.
Yeah, and Daut, he's also created a lot of skirmishers, which is pretty costly on food, and slingers, whereas plumed archers just cost wood and gold. ACCM is taking extra stone on the right, which means he could have a third castle, and even with a faster imp and trebs, ACCM could still be in a very fine position to take some fights to Daut. Daut has 1,600 gold. He has to buy food. There he goes. Now he's on his way to imp. But that means ACCM is nearly math, a minute and 15 seconds faster.
Yeah, nearly math. And yeah, also G90 prediction. Look where he's building the third castle, exactly at the spot that we wanted to see. And we will see a lot more fighting on top of that. If we take a look, Tristan, if you zoom out a bit, you can see 3 gold spots in that very important area, just at the right-hand side of Daut's base.
Yeah, that's true. So you have the 4-tile gold from ACCM. That's locked down now. ACCM is throwing away plumed archers before he gets upgrades. Then there's the 4-tile gold for Daut, and then you have these 3-tile golds, which are neutral gold. Again, that's so wasteful with plumed archers.
And that's shortly before you get to Bracer. Daut, let's take a look at the Mangano fight in the center.
Daut missed. How did Daut miss both of those shots there?
I have no idea.
I've never seen that before.
Actually, ducked his head there and like tried to squeeze under the stones there.
Like, was that an attacker? I don't. You know, I need to rewatch that later on. But it's almost like I feel like I couldn't even try to miss both of them. But it's not a big deal. Daut, more than anything, just needs to prepare for the plumed archers, not mangonels. And Daut snagging a relic now, Nilly. I like to see that.
Yeah, thinking about the long game here for sure. We see ACCM picking one up at the right-hand side as well. Not the most important thing because the game won't go like till 2 hours.
Yeah.
But still pretty sweet. You can hear with your monks after that. And ACCM's eco wasn't that great, right? He can't get all the upgrades he wants. Yeah, Bracer, chemistry on the way, but still lacking the defense upgrade after that. Elite plumed archers far away.
Yeah, what I like to see from ACCM, don't engage this army in the middle. That's what Daut wants right now. Because Daut wants some time to tech switch and get upgrades. Think instead, use the mobility of the plumes, hit some key areas, make Daut chase you. And wow, another castle for ACCM. But this is it right here, Nearly. Hit the gold. Daut has to send army over to this direction. And then if Daut leaves the middle, you push the middle.
Yeah, try to use your mobility. Ooh, castle in the center though. And he needs to run away with the villagers. But ACCM now knows where the army of Daut is. He can do some damage. Daut with the directions at the top though.
Yeah, exactly. Do you run in with the plumes? Oh, it's got to be so tempting, right? I feel like you run right in with the plumes and just take the risk.
If I see the army at the front, I couldn't resist. And look at that, ACCM even thinks, okay, I'm going to the top. Daut has to send his army back, send his villagers to the front, but Daut, he stays put. He tries to quick wall his home base.
Oh, and he is quick walling now. He's going to lose villagers, but this is giving him some time to get skirmishers back here. How important will those quick walls be? Well, Daut hasn't patrolled yet. He hasn't fought yet with the skirms, and actually the quick walls aren't as important as they could be because he doesn't have the army here to deal with the plumes just yet.
Yeah, and we saw it in the trailer. Daut likes his quick walls. And, oh, in the center, a trap snipe there as well. Score is still super close. This is anyone's game.
Yeah, seriously, and just want to point out, ACCM did delete that castle foundation. He has the stone to build one now. Amassing trebs, and ACCM... I love how he's controlling the game a little bit more now with the plumes on the right, and also I see plumes going over to the left side. So Daut's actually locked down that area with a castle, and that's a wonderful castle. But Nilly, have you ever seen so many castles in one part of your screen? This is like castles everywhere, all in the middle.
Oh, maybe Daut can, not Daut, Dave can tell us some stories of his Castle Blood days.
That's true, yeah.
Yeah, and those castles of Daut, yeah, they're on a hill, but as I said earlier, how easily can they protect? And look at the positioning of the traps, like beautifully in the oasis there.
Yeah, so you have 2 traps from ACCM going after one of Daut's castles, which is on the hill. Then you have 2 traps from Daut, which is attacking ACCM's castle, which is on the hill. I feel like a few capped rams would be great in this situation for ACCM, and he's getting capped ram now, and maybe if he pushes out with rams, Daut might struggle to take out the siege and keep those trebs firing.
Daut wasting a lot of units there. I would call it wasting because he's fighting against the hill and the castle in the center. And indeed, capped rams are now moving forward. The traps could fall as well. I think ACCM might even hold this castle. Daut needs some either eagles or mass amount of mangonels.
Yeah, now Daut has done a great job focus firing the plumes. You'll see him microing. He's not patrolling. If you patrol with skirmishers here, what happens is your skirmishers are only attacking the rams. But it's not so easy when the castle's there helping ACCM, when plumes have pretty high pierce armor. And you only have 1 Mangonel as your realistic unit to take out those rams. So how will this go? On the other side, Daut's trying to repair. He's sending in a non-capped ram through the oasis to go after the trebs.
Oh, and now the story has changed. Basically, ACCM not having enough protection there, but he's more aware of it, and I think he should save both of his traps at the left-hand side. Killed 3 of Daut traps already.
Oh, man, Daut. I mean, it's 160 population for both. Incredible game 1 here. But Daut has lost... He's losing momentum in the most important area of this map.
And yeah, that doesn't look like the greatest opening for him here. Now a small hit squad at the right-hand side will get some damage done against the skirm, against the villagers there with a group of skirms. I think ACM should maybe mix in some eagles, even 5 normal feudal age eagles.
Yeah.
Are okay against those.
Yeah, I
types.
think eventually we're going to see that switch for either of them, right? Either Daut's going to go for eagles, or we're going to see eagles. Makes more sense for ACCM because Daut's going mainly skirms. Two trebs from both on the left now. It's just funny how awkward the trebs look because they're both unprotected, both going after a castle, and Daut has the Mangonel.
That's a big raid, though. Look at those. The plumed archers there at the top. Daut didn't see them at all. It's too focused on the castle in the center. That is going up most likely as well. Indeed, Daut with heavy losses at so many different angles. And ACM, he is back to work at the top again with more beautiful raids.
You know what's fascinating? Daut's really good at expanding in late game. Building castles in key areas and taking extra golds on the sides. Except the extra golds are just in the middle here. Like, I'm looking at the minimap and there's a lot of red from Daut. I see a barracks now on the back of ACCM's base. He's trying to take map control. But the map that matters, the area of the map that matters is in the middle. So that's got to be the focus for both of them.
And let's talk about sneaky barracks and map control and Daut taking control of everything. At the right-hand side, Daut is building a castle,
What?
and that is a ballsy one.
That is such a castle. That is such a Daut castle. It's not what we call a Daut castle. A Daut castle is, of course, a castle that does not go up. But nearly in 4 different areas of the map. We have the plumed archers in the north. We have the plumed archers in the middle with rams and trebs. Now we have a forward castle, skirmishers, and eagle scouts raiding ACCM's economy. What a messy, messy game.
Oh, and that castle can reach some of the gold, some of the food there as well.
Yeah.
Will potentially ungarrison the 2 relics. I think Daut, he really needs to deal with the plumed archers at the top. They are getting so many kills still.
Man, and it's kills on gold, too. Like, Daut has lost so many gold miners. I love how ACCM has been using the plumed archers. Still, like, Daut just lost a treb to a capped ram. Now Daut has another treb. Like, these guys are not going to have stone to repair these castles pretty soon. This is hilarious.
Yeah, kind of running out of stone already here. How much stone do we have left for ACM? I think he bought some. It's down to 143. Not a single villager on stone. Needs some more rams, maybe some trap defense here. But Daut, he doesn't have his skirmishes on stand ground.
Oh, man. See, the concern I have with that castle for Daut, it's kind of similar to what you see with some of the failed castles. It either wins you the game, or it throws a little bit. And I'm looking at Daut now, and with that castle, it doesn't secure him many resources. It'll probably just get trebbed down, and there's nothing he can do about it. He still doesn't have Elite Eagle, and the lead plumed archers are still in the back of Daut's base.
And Daut lost so many skirms at the front. Tristan, look at the KD now. 240 to 160. Daut, he can't put out all the fires.
No, he can't take this gold in the back. I thought he was going for an Elite Eagle transition. That never happened. And even plumed archers could take out the skirmishers and the trebuchets on the front, I believe. So ACCM, he seems to be on his way to mopping up this castle in the back of his base. He has to finish this off. Everyone, well, you and I said ACCM will lose this series 3-1 to Daut. Game number 1, take advantage of it, ACCM. Get the win.
Yeah, like, that's most of the time if we have, like, heavy home map structure, right? Like, both players have 2 home maps, 1 neutral map. The guy who wins the neutral map very often wins the full series. You just need to secure just, quote-unquote, the 2 home maps.
Wow. Daut, I don't really know why, but he had a villager attacking ACCM's house on the left. And they attacked each other there for a moment. This funny little moment in the game. Here's a castle for Daut on his gold on the right, but now yeah, you don't have momentum anymore, and I think the second ACCM sees that, he might just take that down. Daut is in a world of hurt right now.
Ooh, big ram going out through the center, and that's a lot of plumes to follow this one up as well. The whole time, Daut kind of had double the military count, but now that's the advantage on ACM side. He's basically pop limit against 160.
Siege ram. Capped ram, only 300 food. Siege ram, 1,000 food. That's so expensive. It took ACCM time, but he has siege ram, and that means that Daut will surely lose that castle, potentially the ranges. Neely, we got all of our questions answered. Remember, we questioned the plumed archers. Why are you going plumed archers when Daut's going skirms? Well, this is why. Plumed archers, with their mobility and their tankiness in the Imperial Age, are simply too hard to stop, even with skirmishers.
And now the problem, you mentioned it earlier, is you need to micro so heavily with your skirmishes if rams are involved, because skirm basically needs 270 hits to kill a siege ram there.
Yep.
Therefore, you need to micro down all the plumes, and that's just so much macro needed.
Yeah, Daut really... I don't know if it was when he got raided or what, but to even think about eagles was a mistake then, I guess, because he doesn't have elite eagle yet. And he invested resources into it, and now ACCM was well aware of this castle on the right. Like, this is kind of the direction we see this game going. He'll say, okay, I'll ram that down and trev that down next. It's not like Daut needs his castles to produce any units here, but castles secure the map. He's not winning these wars. He's not able to breathe right now.
The big problem is, yeah, Eagle Switch, nice, but where's Daut really getting the gold at the moment? He has 6 on gold, is getting raided at his main mine. The one at the top, not really saturated as well, because he had so many losses.
Yeah. Now, this would be a great position for ACCM to start thinking about eagles, because it's only skirmishers for Daut. He probably can't afford his own eagles. He can't afford many slingers, plus the archery ranges are going down, so... ACCM, I saw him research guilds, so he'll probably start selling some wood and food at the market. And with the extra gold he's about to secure, I think an eagle switch and Daut will have no answer.
Yeah, absolutely. He can go for his own eagles, but those are so much worse compared to Mayans if we get Eldorado on those as well.
Yeah. See, I don't love the fight ACCM's taking, but because he's hitting key areas, it ends up being pretty good for him.
More like buying himself some time to get some more rams, but yeah, some disengaging would have been nice there. Still a lot of raids at the bottom into HCM's eco as well, though.
Yeah, I noticed that there's a lot of random red on the map. These are eagle warriors. They should not be sniping things in the Imperial Age. But I guess it's just so random, even a random skirmisher, that ACCM, who's probably full of Game 1 jitters, is very much focused elsewhere. And that was own elite skirm.
So basically wants to go for the same army composition. Not my favorite choice, especially because he has 2 relics, could go for a 3rd one. As you said, could use the market as well there. But, well...
Nilly, let me ask you a question. If Daut was in ACCM's position 5 minutes ago, would Daut have won? Already.
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh, already. Okay.
Already, like 5 minutes ago.
Well, I think it's easy to hold with skirmishers. It's tricky to win with skirmishers, but easy to hold. I think we would still be in the game.
Fair enough, yeah. So my point is, I think we clearly have to see an eagle switch. ACCM has a ton of gold. He could sell some stone, he could sell some wood, sell some food. The fact that he's going skirmishers is fascinating to me, but it's not a bad thing either, right? Because Daut doesn't have eagles. I was just expecting more. There's so many yellow corpses in the middle of the map. I was expecting a little bit more there from ACCM from that position, and I always begin to get worried that a player could potentially throw.
Speaking of throwing, we have 56 plumed archers again taking a fight against massive amount of skirmishers here. And the surprising thing, you're getting raided everywhere, being Daut, and you're still pop limit. His macro is absolutely on point.
Yeah, 131 villagers. And again, ACCM, he runs in with the plumes, past the castle, past skirmishers. I really think he's nervous. I really think he's nervous. He just needed to apply the finishing touches, and now Daut's coming out of nowhere with trebs. Trebs that shouldn't be able to deploy because there's rams out here.
Oh, and the castle down to 900 HP.
Like I said, I was just very surprised that Daut could breathe enough to send trebs forward.
Apparently we have some stream problems, Tristan. Not really sure what's happening.
It's not on my end, so I think they just probably need to refresh and everything's probably good.
Maybe we get 1080.
That solves all the problems. I mean, skirmishers are just matching the skirmishers from Daut now. So you have defensive skirms from ACCM. He actually has 0 on gold, but I keep looking at this 3-tile gold and then the 3 tiles of gold that are left next to, where Daut is fleeing right now. So, and Daut does still have the 4 tiles in the back of his base, too. All right.
At the top there, that's so true. And well, ACM taking the ones at the right hand side. Still mass plumes. Now he mixed in the skirms that we kind of saw earlier. Oh god, why
Yeah.
is he not going for eagles? It feels like such an easy choice.
Yeah. All right. Well, apparently people can't see the game, so Ken, use your imaginations. All right. Use your imaginations. Just envision the micro, this beautiful micro from ACCM and Daut. And I'm with you. I think Daut is doing a great job to survive right now with this economy. I don't know if he's taking enough gold. If he can get the gold, you never know.
He did actually lead Eagle Warriors now. Right hand side not looking pretty for him, and well, the worst thing is not only not getting your own gold, but your opponent getting your gold. That hurts double.
Man, I'm telling you, ACCM, such a good position a moment ago, right? And I'm just wondering if, he's not able to push these skirmishers. He has gone for Seadram, which is critical, but Daut has... He has 46 on food, whereas it's 31 on food for ACCM. Daut is 20 on gold, it's 12 on gold for ACCM. Daut is coming back.
But how is the score looking, Tristan? Only 2k score lead,
Yeah.
and Daut only has 9 minutes to get the score lead here.
That's a good point.
Otherwise, it will be ACCM's game. And we now have the unique tag here
Yeah.
for Incas even.
So something that isn't on our screen because of my inability to read directions. There's a countdown in all these games. What I can tell you guys watching at home is that 58-16 is when the game ends if no one resigns, and whoever has the highest score will win. So, they could play towards the timer even if ACCM starts to lose control. It's very rare we get to that point, but this game has been so competitive. It might actually get there.
Yeah, and that's what event that we might go to distance a bit more often.
Nilly signal now.
We are taking Nilly signal now. Okay. Then welcome everyone to Nilly signal. And we're still pushing through the center. It's still Nilly and Tristan. Daut's flag is actually Serbian, but we can still see all the engagements. 8 minutes to go. Both players pop limit.
Elite Eagles, if ACCM is making skirms, Elite Eagles are going to do fantastic in some situations. This is incredible. 190 population, 90 military for ACCM, and 80 military for Daut. Daut has already taken out one of those castles from ACCM, and he's working on the next. There's no siege ram here yet to take out those trebs. What a game, Nilly. What a game.
And those are Eagle Warriors with couriers, so skirmishers only doing one single damage per shot there, and Elite Plume's not doing too much either. I think it's 3 damage or something like that, so those are really, really beefy.
Oh, the ram. Daut needs to deal with the ram because he wants to take that castle out. Okay, he deals with the ram. He'll also deal with the skirms. I think that castle is going to go down. ACCM doesn't have any villagers on stone.
Yeah, no repair villagers around either. The ram is trying to fly in, but the castle goes down, and all of a sudden ACM doesn't have that much more left, but he still has a massive army.
What's crazy about this is it seems like Daut is getting better and better for him, but he's also behind in the score, right? So we're less than 6 minutes away from that cutoff point. Daut has all those extra golds on that right side, also taking the gold in the north. Daut is pushing this right now, Nilly, and look at the score switch. It's getting so close.
Oh, Tristan, hold my hand, please. So many idle villagers here for ACM. Don't tell me Daut can do this. He was on the back foot the whole game.
Daut has eagles in ACCM's eco. He has skirmishers from these sneak freaking buildings in the back. ACCM, well, I hate that. There's just red everywhere. It's 150 pop. ACCM, get a university. Just start researching as many technologies as possible and don't take any fights. Like, seriously, that's what I would do. Don't take any fights. Just get techs and hold on.
If you pop around 50 and only 200 score lead, that's not enough to not take any fights. You need to camp on hills. You are getting raided at the top. You're getting raided at the bottom. I think Daut might overtake him.
Oh my goodness, Nilly, there's 50. Oh, Daut just did it. Daut just overtook him on the score. Now, granted, he's ahead in the game. There's a countdown here with this amazing capture age overlay. We're getting very close. Well, now ACCM, well, you can't depend on the score now. He needs to take good fights. But Nilly, how does he when he has 40 idle villagers? he has to clean up the raids. There's just too much to do.
Oh god, and the army is just way too much against him. 95 military at the moment for Daut. He is everywhere.
Yeah. Daut's doing a really smart thing. He has the economy to consistently produce skirmishers. So he's actually diving in with this army of 40 skirmishers to attack ACCM's eco again. If he loses the units, he doesn't care because he has the ranges queued up with more. So really good thinking from Daut. And the more I look at this, I think ACCM, he's lost. I think he's dead. It's 110 pop. Yeah. He was in such a good position, and he threw it.
Oh, God, how did Daut hold this? It's simply, like we mentioned it so often, right? Why did he stick with plumed archers? Why not the eagle switch there? Daut was so open, and Daut simply skirmed defense only, and that's how he survived. What a beautiful hold by the Lord.
Yeah, my goodness, man. Yeah, I mean, this has got to hurt so much. This means so much more to Daut than just the first win. And for ACCM, he already knew he was not favored to get ahead and then fall behind in game one. It's such a mental hill to climb in this whole best of 5.
Oh, God.
And I'm thinking back to the golds on the right side. ACCM had so much control, and yet it's Daut who's been taking most of that gold, using that gold. Crazy.
Oh man, 50 seconds left to go. Over 2k score lead for Daut. He is now the one who just camps on the hill. He knows, okay, not take any fights. Look at the bottom, how he's building a line of barracks there.
Yeah. Yeah, funny enough, like that castle was so questionable, but the villagers staying there, it reminds me of the Max. Having a few random villagers in the corner, it worked out. Also, the buildings on the left side, we didn't really have time to talk about all these things in extreme detail. But the rating from the buildings on the left-hand side, that was both a tremendous hold from Daut. I also think a bit of a throw from ACCM in game 1 here, because ACCM was in the driver's seat. My goodness.
My goodness, indeed. Oh, boy. Honestly, that's such a good game to start it off here at Redbull Wololo. Like, I can't believe this. Like, it had everything, right? It had the intense early game. We had the tech switch there. That we had maybe fewer tech switch than we wanted. We saw Slinger as a unit that we rarely see. And Daut, honestly, that was already a lot of fighting spirit, right? You could have made an argument to resign there, but he did keep himself in there and delivered a beautiful comeback.
Yeah. Maybe I'm being too critical, but we are looking at the 16 best players in the world. So I feel, remember, ACCM had 4 castles. He had elite plume. He had 50 plumed archers. That was making only skirmishers. ACCM had 1,000 stone in the bank with guilds. I think you sell the stone, you sell a bit of wood, you go into elite eagle, you clear out all of Daut's army, you win the game. Like that's what I was expecting to happen. And he went skirmishers.
Oh, yeah.
Daut was the first one, and he was rated so heavily in his golds. He was the first one to get fully upgraded elite eagles. Credit to Daut for the extra macro, because I know that he did add more villagers after the raids, but ACCM's got to be kicking himself for that one because he was in such a good position.
Absolutely. Let's take a look at the statistics together here, and yeah. Military. Let's take a look. KD actually slightly better for ACM. He did kill so many villagers. He performed so well. So much map control. Like, it feels like minute 20 till 53 were completely his.
Look at the resources collected. I want to pound my desk in frustration here. 21,000 gold collected. 21,000 gold collected. That's more gold than Daut had.
Yeah.
And he didn't get to eagles. He made skirmishers. Oh.
Tristan, 5k gold equals 100 elite eagle warriors. In case you get it.
Killing you, man. Now, granted, he did make rams, right? Mm-hmm. I think rams were a good addition at the time.
Yeah.
I don't think even in late game making siege rams is a mistake, but something happened there with the macro. Daut did have a whole lot more food, so at least his food eco was more solid. And maybe, that could have been what was going through ACCM's mind, because the upgrades themselves to get armor, to get El Dorado, to get Elite Eagle is a lot of food, Nilly, but normally if you have gold, you're going that direction. But what a game 1. ACCM loses to Daut. Daut takes the game 1 victory. Now we should go back. We should look at the maps that are upcoming. We should look at the civs that are upcoming and prepare ourselves.
Indeed. And also something I want to say, ACCM did a beautiful job of constantly raiding the gold. But Daut didn't build any gold units.
Yeah, that's true. Until later. He's like, kill these 30 villagers, whatever. I'm going to make more. So, oh man, what a game. So Daut goes 1-0 up. That means we move on to ACCM's home map, or one of them. He has Kawasan, and then he has Aztlan. Aztlan has shorefish in the middle. And then Kawasan has berries and has 2 ponds. A lot that Neely and I will talk about once we actually get into the game.
And the question is, does Aztlan probably something prepared with his civilizations there? Something like Slavs could be really good. Man-at-Arm opening might be options. I think something like Scouts on Aztlan not really an option. Kawasan, I think you can go for everything. You can make everything work.
I was thinking that Daut might use Incas on Aztlan because of how strong Incas can be on that map with a Vilrush. I know that we saw it in the qualifiers from other players, but Daut obviously can't do that now because he's picked Incas. Oh man, you're right, Nilly. We had a game that went the distance. It was back and forth in the first best of 5 of this tournament. It really doesn't get any better than that.
Oh yeah, it was such a good game. And Incas, I think a solid pick, especially because we didn't have wings, we didn't have like the super crazy maps.
Yeah, well, you know, everyone involved with the show that's going to go on over the next 4 days has been tremendous so far behind the scenes. I've been enjoying hanging out with these guys and preparing. I was also told we're not going to interact with chat too much because we want to focus on the show, but I just want to say welcome everyone. Thank you guys for being here. Hope everyone's doing well. You guys are officially the most dedicated, okay, because you guys were here before the thousands and thousands and thousands that might arrive Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, so pat yourselves on the back. And I almost need a mini distraction here to get myself off of what just happened in game 1. I just keep thinking 5,000 gold, no eagles. What? 5,000 more gold, no eagles. Dang.
Okay, guys, the Red Bull people / TechTB guys are working on the 1080p. You don't need to post that anymore, and players are about to start. So we will watch